Know that three-legged dog feeling you can sometimes get playing odd meters on the drums? Like you keep tripping at the end of every bar, like a vinyl record skipping. When you play in 4 or even 6, you feel some freedom to create. But whenever you play in odd meters, it's like each individual bar is a solitary confinement jail cell. Like 7-beat Groundhog Day. Did I hit you with enough crazy similes? I hope so, because I spent all morning trying to come up with these. Anyway, when you hear drum greats like Vinnie or Dennis, or rock greats like Bonham or Matt Cameron, or even modern jazz bands like Vijay Iyer or Gilad Hexelman or Tigran, it's clear that odd meters can sound awesome when other people play them. That's what I used to feel listening to Vinnie or Dennis Chambers with John McLaughlin. But whenever I'd try to play in 5, 7, 9, etc., especially with other people, I'd feel that familiar barline jail. Well, in this lesson, I'm going to tell you the one insight I discovered that helped my playing take a leap, and a couple of exercises I invented to help lock in those gains. But first, channel theme, in 4. Okay, here's the insight. When you play in 4 or 6, your ear's comfortable enough hearing where those beats resolve that you have the freedom to do one particular thing. Phrase over the bar line. Ever catch Law & Order or CSI in a waiting room? Know how every episode is a self-contained story? Anything that's going to happen has to happen within a single episode? Know how that can cause things to get familiar and formulaic? And cause you to lose interest after a while because you don't have any reason to look forward to the next episode. Know how shows like The Sopranos or Breaking Bad started telling longer story arcs, sometimes across multiple seasons, so that things didn't just resolve neatly at the end of every episode, but sometimes took like 2 seasons to resolve. Know how you could no longer predict the end and how that kept you watching? It's the same thing in music, on a smaller scale. If you hear the same phrase over and over again, it becomes boring. But if there's some variation or some unpredictability, it becomes more fun to listen to and definitely more fun to play. Here I am playing some different length phrases in 4, phrasing over the bar line. Now, here I am playing only phrases that fit inside the bar. It's a lot more boring, right? Well, it's the same for odd meters. Here I am playing in 5, only able to make phrases within the bar. Not only is it repetitive, it has that three-legged dog record skip feeling. Like there should be another beat there. Now let me play over the bar line a little. Hear how it breathes more? Here's my favorite modern example of this. Can't Get Right from Ghost Note. The composed drum beat has a 4-beat cycle within the bar of 5 that takes 4 bars to resolve, so that every bar within that 4-bar cycle, the placement of the snare notes is different. It perks your ear up, lets the beat breathe, and also lets things feel grounded, rather than like a one-legged man falling down the stairs. So, how do we achieve that? Simple. We practice it. The first thing we're going to practice is 2-beat phrases. I'm going to play them over this beat in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The key is to give some limbs something to do that maintains the 5, while the other limbs are free to phrase independently. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why do this crazy coordination drill when you could just phrase with the whole kit? Because if you can keep the 5 with part of your body, you're training your brain to keep the 5 while you do something else with the whole kit. Here are a few basic 2-beat phrases you can practice against the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will all be transcribed for you if you click the link below the player. It doesn't have to be 5, by the way. You can also do it in 7 with a hand pattern like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's step 1. Next, you're going to want to be able to phrase with the whole kit while your brain stays in the primary meter. The best proxy to make sure you're counting in your head, count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Okay, so that's the basic concept. But now it gets more interesting. 3-beat phrases. You can make some really nasty phrases with groups of 3 against 5 or 7-beat time signatures. Here's that skeletal groove in 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Now let me play 4 3-beat phrases that I like to practice against this pulse. Again, these will be transcribed for you below. For demonstration purposes, I'm playing these without a metronome, and it's good to be able to play them without a reference point so you can keep the time signature in your head. But I'd recommend using a metronome when you're starting out. Here's number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's play the first 2 against the 7. Here's the first one. 5, 6, 7. And here's number 2. 5, 6, 7. Finally, let's play those first 2 on the whole kit while we count the 5 out loud. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. After a couple weeks of these exercises, put the metronome on 5 or 7 or 9 and just try to make phrases. My guess is your phrases will be a lot more interesting. And you've done something else. You've made your sense of the one a lot stronger. But wait, I can hear some of you asking, aren't odd meter beats just repetitive? Isn't that just the structure of the song sometimes? Of course. But take even this beat from Matt Cameron. Or this beat from Mock Root. If these guys hadn't had a strong ability to think across the bar line while keeping the original meter in their heads, their jobs would have been a lot harder. And for our purposes, getting good at this means that the next time we're tasked with playing a tune in an odd meter, we're psyched instead of drowning in the pit of despair. I say we've won. All right, just kidding. Because I know some of you guys are saying, but wait, can we do 4-beat phrases? And the answer is yes. 4-beat phrases are like 2-beat phrases, except that you've got 4 beats to do anything you want with. And one of the simplest ways to turn a 2-beat phrase into a 4-beat phrase is to make the second half different than the first half. So for instance, if you have the 2-beat phrase, 1, 2. You can make that a 4-beat phrase by going. So let's hear how that sounds over the 5 and over the 7. I'm going to give you 2 different patterns, and for this, I'm just going to count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. We'll do it over the 7. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Let's do another 4-beat phrase which sounds like this. And you can make up any 4-beat phrase you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we're going to play that over the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. We'll do it over the 7. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now I'm going to do it with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the right hand, just to kind of get one part of my body marking the time in the 7. 5, 6, 7. And that's one to grow on. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. If this struck a chord with you and you feel like somebody else might enjoy it, please share it. And if you'd like to hear every week when I drop lessons, and it's usually every Thursday morning, please hit the subscribe button and the bell next door to it. You know the routine. Finally, if you guys would like some special stuff that I don't share on YouTube, I've got 3 completely free videos that I'll send to you. If you click the link below the player, enter your email address in on the next page. And occasionally I'll let you know about products I'm releasing that you don't have to buy. That's 3 videos that'll improve your playing more in the next 3 weeks than it's improved in the last 6 months. Just click below the video player to get it. Dudes, it's been real. See you in the next lesson of the week.
Bum, bum.
It's so cold. It's so cold.
La 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 la.
Fuck yeah!